Aloha and welcome to the University of Hawaii at Manoa online career readiness workshop on professionalism in a multi-generational workplace. I'm Kay.
And I'm Thomas, and we are career counselors from the Manoa Career Center.
Before we get started, we would like to take some time to reflect and discuss your thoughts on professionalism. Please take a look at the 4 questions below, then write your responses and click the submit button to go to the next step.
Now that you've had time to reflect and share your thoughts, we'll provide some information that will give you a better understanding of the 5 generations in the workplace and how to work effectively within an increasingly multi-generational environment.
Here is a visual of our current labor force. The largest percentage of workers in the labor force are millennials, followed by Generation X and the baby boomers. The youngest and newest generation, Generation Z, is 5% of the workforce, while the oldest generation, otherwise known as the greatest generation, is shrinking. They still comprise about 2% of the workforce.
Here are the 5 generations listed in birth order from earliest to most recent. First, we have the greatest generation, who are also known as the silent generation. The next generation are the baby boomers. Then we have Generation X. They are followed by the millennials, who are often referred to as Generation Y. The most recent generation is Generation Z. Please take a look at the 3 questions below, then write your responses and click the submit button to go to the next step.
Let's get a more in-depth understanding of each generation. The greatest generation grew up in a strict environment with many rules and pressures to conform. Over time, the greatest generation became prosperous, but endured through very challenging times. Many in this generation could expect to work one job for a lifetime. Their strong work ethic earned this generation its title as the greatest.
Baby boomers witnessed major events such as the start of the Cold War, the Civil Rights Movement, the war in Vietnam, as well as exploration into outer space. They also experienced prosperous times as women gained a stronger presence in the workplace. The baby boomers excel at their careers. With a changing workforce, many are beginning to retire and spend more quality time with their children and grandchildren.
Generation X typically have both parents working, resulting in this generation becoming known as the daycare kids. Generation X witnessed many societal transitions, an economic recession in the 80s, and the rise of the information age, where computer technology began a rapid evolution. Over 60% attended or finished college, and they highly value autonomy and family time. When it comes to work, their motto is work smarter, not harder.
Millennials comprise the majority of the workforce and are also known as Generation Y. Millennials are ethnically diverse, achievement-oriented, experts at multitasking, and are known for being more tech-savvy than the previous generations. Millennials often prefer to communicate via the internet and social media, via texting and instant messaging through desktop computers, smartphones, and tablets. Their motto is live, then work.
The most recent generation is Generation Z. While Generation Z comprises a smaller number in the workforce, they are growing. Like the millennials before them, Generation Z are highly achievement oriented and very tech savvy, as they prefer to communicate through mobile devices such as tablets and smartphones.
This chart compares and contrasts the generations by their job strengths, leadership, and communication styles. Take some time to observe the differences or challenges in the work and communication styles of each generation. Please take a look at the questions below, then write your response and click the Submit button to go to the next step.
You just identified a generational difference that can pose a challenge in a multi-generational workplace.
Here are some common generational challenges that can occur in a workplace. How can we create better working environments for all generations? Please take a look at the question below, then write your response and click the Submit button to go to the next step.
Now let's get familiar with some strategies we can use to communicate and work effectively with each generation, starting with the greatest generation. The greatest generation honor and respect their superiors and each other. They have a very profound wealth of experience and highly value the legacy they have built. They value one-on-one, face-to-face communication.
The baby boomers believe in mutual respect. They commonly take leadership roles and prefer in-person, face-to-face conversations.
Generation X appreciates having a degree of autonomy and less micromanaging in their work environment. While autonomy is important, Generation X values open, face-to-face communication as well as feedback.
Millennials enjoy having a challenge, and they appreciate collaboration. They seek and encourage others to find mentors. They are very tech-savvy and prefer communicating by email or text.
Generation Z are excellent multitaskers. They are very creative, entrepreneurial, and have invented new careers. They embrace technology and social media and prefer to communicate from the convenience of their smartphones or tablet devices.
Previously, we asked the question, how can we create better working environments for all generations? Here are some strategies to bridge the gaps amongst the 5 generations.
Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us by email at kg@hawaii.edu or thomas.t@hawaii.edu. Aloha and take care.